How's everyone doing today?
Evening, kittens. What's going on? How's everything going?
Oh, sorry.
We're having some.
Yeah. Sorry, we're having a few.
Listen, we're trying to get this whole
minor difficulties, but I think we've got it all together.
Like the patch to the beauty that's in your spot. That is wonderful. Yes. Keep on. Keep going.
Is the Skype up? Okay, good. So, good evening, everyone. Today is what's today?
Today is Wednesday, September the 11th.
Yes, that's right.
It is the September 11th.
September 11th. Welcome to episode 68 of the BGKH Show with Dominion, Epic, and our very special guest, Steel Toe Onyx. Wave to the people.
Hey, everybody.
I was like, is he gonna wave?
It's a bit of a delay, but we'll make it work. So Steel Toe is going to talk to us about some special things in a minute, but he's going to join us for the duration of the show, so it should be extra BGKH-y.
Yes, because we will have that extra added flair from a northeastern
point of view.
Yeah, from a northeastern point of view. I think that kind of sums
So what does the B stand for?
So the B, from what I understand, it stands for the African Americans.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise known as the blacks.
The blacks, but also, in this case, the boot blacks.
And there, see what we did there? See how we did that?
Okay.
See how we did that?
Okay,
see how we do that? See how we do that?
This is comedy, everyone.
Right. So that brings us to the G. The G stands for
the gays. The gays. You know who's not a gay? You know who's not a gay? Andrew Caldwell. He tried to get you girls together. He said, I'm not your sis. I'm not your trade. And I was like, pause.
It's like you
pause.
Listen.
People may have called you sis. They may have called you gay. Ain't nobody
ever called you no trade.
Okay.
No.
Whatever.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not going.
No. I rebuke that.
Listen, Steele, I feel that you have some strong feelings about that as well.
Yeah, that lady has never been referred to as trade a day in her life. She may have tried to pick some up in a hotel room at a Kojic conference, but she has never in her life been called trade.
Yes, for the Kojic conference.
Right.
Yeah, they might have traded her, but never been called.
There is that.
Right.
And then she tried to end it by saying, I look like Chris Brown, don't I? I was like, first of all, do we want to look like Chris Brown?
We're not even going to make this the Andrew Caldwell clowning hour, because the fact that you even put them two names in the same sentence, and not that I'm even a Chris Brown fan, but
I don't know who's that more is insulting to, but anyway. The K.
Yeah.
The K.
The K is for the kinky.
The kinky.
The kinky. There's a liquor about that.
Yes.
That was actually pretty good with the little drink. But yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. And then when you put all this together, the kinky folks and the liquor and the gays and the trade at the Kojic conference and the cis and the hey girl hey and the black people, all that does is just makes us all human.
So,
and that's where we are.
That is great. So, Steel Toe, since you're our special guest, why don't you tell the kids what you've been up to? We're going to get into your thing later, but you're a guest co-host, so catch the girls up on your lives in 30 seconds.
Right.
Okay, so it's football season, and I know that you two are really excited about a big, long conversation about sports ball. But very right.
Look at my nails.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Please go ahead. You're our special guest. We'll feign interest.
No, I mean, we don't have to talk about sports. We can save that for offline. But lots of exciting things going on here. We're about to open our pledge period for the Honest Northeast chapter, which is exciting. We recently crossed an amazing group of young men who joined our chapter. Excellent. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do. Some really amazing people in that class. Good. And I've been working on this online auction to benefit the Leather Heart Foundation
Yes.
And I'm very excited about that, and how many people have donated and how much money has already been raised in just 1 week. So
Good.
Some big things.
Excellent.
Good. What about you? What's going on with...
Well. So, I will preface this whole conversation by saying that motherfucking Vote Onyx is the devil.
I like that.
He is
We like
a
Vote.
bad influence.
Listen, wait, before we go any further, Volt, listen. Mwah.
I love you to death,
Love you. We'll chat.
but you're a bad motherfucking influence.
Keep doing what you're doing, because I'm here for it. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, this weekend was the U.S. Conference on AIDS. So, all of the homosexuals and a couple of women and trans folk that are involved in the HIV community was there. Let me tell you, the Marriott has never been that gay. I mean, that Marriott. It wasn't shenanigan-y kind of gay. Well, if it was like behind closed doors. So it's not like MAL where the shenanigans are out there in your face.
The shenanigans are in your face at MAL, but with the gays, you're always behind closed doors,
Right.
or at least in quotations, behind closed doors, because there's always somebody watching. And one girl in the background that acts like she's feigning that she's on her phone because she's so bored, but she's filming the whole entire thing.
Exactly.
Hey, Atlanta. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'll come back to that.
Oh, see, so the girls was carrying.
But anyways, I'm sorry, I digress.
Friday night, we sat in the lobby and drank, and that Vote don't like to drink alone. So it was just cocktail on top of cocktail on top of cocktail on top of cocktail.
I see the bruises from where your wrists were tied and you were being force-fed these cocktails.
Right here. You
Right.
see that? You see
Right,
that
is
scar
that-
right there?
oh,
That scar right there? Yeah. I did. I couldn't resist. I am a Negro African-American black person. I have a genetic inability to turn down a free drink.
So let's go back and examine that. A Negro African-American black person.
Right. It's in the bylaws. I cannot turn down a free drink or 5. So we all went home or back up to our rooms and passed out. And then so Saturday, we went out to dinner at Bobby Van's and, had, drinks, and came back to the hotel, and someone, I will not say who, pulled out a pen and said, "Take a puff." And I was like, "Girl, I don't do that sort of thing. I don't do that sort of thing." And he's like, "Take a puff." And I was like, "I don't do that sort of thing.
It'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel good.
I don't do that sort of thing."
It'll make you feel good.
I said I don't do that.
It'll make you feel good.
I don't do that sort of thing.
It'll make you feel good.
Okay, just a little bit. And so I'm like,
Welcome.
I didn't really feel anything. And then,
At first.
So he was like, "Well, take a stronger puff." And I'm like,
Did you cough?
not at first. And then so like a few minutes go by, I was like, "I still don't feel nothing." And so he was like, "Wait a minute."
He turned it up.
No. So he had different cartridges.
Ah!
So
He is a professional. Oh my God, I love you both.
wait a minute. It wasn't, I didn't say it was Volt.
I'm sorry.
Someone
Whoever
at
was
the-
around Volt, I love
Mystery.
him.
Yeah,
Right.
mystery person.
Someone at the table whose initials are Bolt Bonics opened a case and pulled out, it had a thing on it. I put
Listen,
another pin on.
I'm very aware I have my own cartridges. Thank you so much.
well, okay. Now maybe I'll have one or two. No edibles though, because the girl. I've seen how you girl. No, we'll get to. Let's just put a pin in that. Because let's just put a pin in that. And so with the new cartridge on, I'm like,
And that wait. Let's put a pause on this. Like everybody stand still. And that's when you know he fucked up. As soon as you start coughing, that's when your ass is on your way to getting high.
And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I still don't really feel anything. But not everyone around me, but at least one person was good and full. And so I drove home that day. And so I'm sitting in my car, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just sit here for like 5-10 seconds in the car in my driveway, just listening to music. And 20 minutes later, when I realized that I had just been sitting in this car in this sort of state, I was like, I'm just take my ass in the house. So
that would be haze.
I drug myself in the house, and so I have a CPAP machine, right? So I got the
pure oxygen.
I got the mask in my hand like this, about to put it on. 7 hours later, I woke up and the mask is still in my hand, hanging over the edge of the bed. But you know what? When I woke up, I had not felt that good in a lot. Like, I felt like I was 30, like I was 22 years old again. You know how you wake, and listen, you get to a certain age, you wake up and you like, the first minute you stand there, you feel like Dixie Wetworth, you be like, you can feel your back cracking. You gotta see how your knee is gonna do this morning. If this is gonna be a good knee day, or if you gotta walk it out for a minute. I hopped right up and I was like, the hills are alive with the sound of music. I never felt that good, so we might do it one more game.
Okay, well,
but still not fucking with those edibles, because I have scientific proof that edibles get you all the way fucked up. First of all, Jock Boy, when we had that Jackie Washington Day party, everyone's all like, yeah. He's sitting there like, for 6 fucking hours. At that same party, Orion is talking all of this stuff about all of the things that he want to do, and then when we get back to the house and start doing all this stuff, this hoe falls asleep ass up on the bed, just like literally like a inverted V.
All I'm saying is,
and then let's not forget Majin Buu passing smooth, eating the edible and passing smooth the fuck out in the middle of the dance floor at the bike stop.
Listen, all I'll say is, if you thought that changed your life, you really need to go ahead and try the edible. And
if I do,
listen,
I'm gonna have to do it when I'm at home.
Right, you gotta listen. You gotta plan it out.
Public.
You gotta plan it out where you at home or at least around
around
friends or come. Yes, I have some.
You got some.
But wait,
I need this in my life. I'll suck your dick.
But I'm trying to explain. We will not have that.
So next time I'm in DC, I'm gonna bring some Black Forest brownies by.
Okay, I'm gonna just get the smallest corner.
Because listen,
this is gonna be like
I don't
in my house.
I don't know how yours are still, but I'm telling you, the ones that I get, you cannot have more than 1/4 of this 2x3 brownie. You cannot have more than 1/4. If you make the mistake like I did and have a half a brownie, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna be so high for the 2 or 3 hours that you are up, and then you force yourself to go to sleep, so that when you wake up 7 hours later, you are still high, because your high was just put on pause. You are still high the next day, and you can't do nothing else but sit on the couch and let your high dissolve as the day goes on. So about 10:30 that night, that's when I started not feeling high.
Oh.
So all I'm saying is start off small with the brownies. That's all.
Of course. So that was the weed.
But still, when you come, you that Black Forest, you can bring you can bring.
Yeah, mine are in 1-inch squares.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
still
yeah.
going to have only a small piece of that.
Oh yeah, I can work with that. Okay, yeah.
We'll do it like on a Saturday or something when we're just at home chilling. Right. We can watch anime or something.
And you'll be sitting there just like this.
And then Sunday, we went back to our old stomping ground for brunch, Beacon Bar and Grill.
Oh, Beacon Bar.
remember that song by Madonna? This used to be our playground.
Yeah.
This is exactly what it was. I mean, it was still a few homos there, but it's not. It's not like
it's a little different.
It's not like the gay. You know, I remember you used to come. So there was a people that sat in the upstairs in the lighted part, but then you came down the stairs when it got really festive, and so like as you were coming down the stairs, it was like a runway, and like everybody, the first day, you know, you would come down and you'd have your look, and you'd be like, you pull an old Pepper LaBeija when you come down the stairs with your
one shoulder.
As you're coming down the stairs, and you let the girls see your outfit, and then you get down, and you know you got your sunglasses on or whatever, and then you're cute, and then you go get your plate, and then you
you stop, you wave to people. Hey, doll, how are you? Hey. You're like, hey, girl, hey.
Girl, it's so good.
Hey, girl, hey. Oh
no,
my God.
Here you go. Hey. I don't fuck with you. Hey. Is that the part? That's the part. Listen, it'll be 10 bitches at the table. You'll be like, hey, I don't fuck with you. Hey, I used to fuck with you. Yeah, and you might be cool next year, but...
And then you do it like, hey, no, not you, behind you. Yes, you. Hey, yes.
Right, and you, no.
Not you.
Please, not you. And please don't take my hey as an invitation to come over to my table.
It's the one behind you. Yes. That
was a walking hey.
Yeah.
That was not a, hey, let's chat hey.
Yeah, it's like, hey, girl, hey.
That's not a come up to me when I'm trying to get bacon from the buffet hey.
Don't fuck with me about I'm getting ready to get tongue-tied. Don't fuck with me about my bacon at the damn bar. Yes. That's just, that's a whole other conversation.
Our waitress did not let our glass of mimosa get less than 3/4 full. So I probably had like 200 mimosas.
She was good.
I got home around 3 o'clock and the rest of the day was gone.
She was good.
So by the time I had to go run some errands. So I got home, maybe it was like 4 or 5. So I get home, I was like, I'm just going to lay it down for like 10 seconds. Bitch, when I got up, it was 8:45. I got up just in time to do what I needed to do for Onyx and go right back to bed.
Listen.
And I didn't give up. I gave 0 fucks. I had a wonderful time. And then Monday, which was Volt's actual birthday, you know where we went? That motherfucking Del Frisco. Let me tell you, the Carpaccio, it was just as good as ever. That motherfucking prime ribeye was delicious.
Listen, I can't fuck with Del Frisco's. I can't fuck with her.
Butter cake.
They made me eat that goddamn filet mignon that was well done, and they made me love that motherfucker because it was seasoned all the way through to the
the way.
And it was like
how
butter.
the shit is good because I don't eat all of the fat because like I have to trim that off.
That's what all the flavoring is.
Oh, I was chewing it out. I would get all the flavor out this bitch, baby. Woo, so good. Oh, it's delicious.
But happy belated birthday, Volt.
I spent more time. Well, his name was Umar, not Omar, from Tajikistan.
Oh.
You know.
Did you get his number this time?
No.
Did you give him the card?
No. I mean,
listen.
I haven't. I did. See,
it is about making friends and connections.
Listen, Gloria. I'm not like some of you girls. I'm not fast like some of you girls.
Patrice.
I am not fast.
Patrice,
I am not fast. But you know, first of all, I need.
Patrice, the typing pool has already had this conversation about you, honey. We already know you came in and you went into Mr. Brown's office. How you was in there for 4 hours and you ain't take near piece of typing paper nor pencil, and he don't even have a typewriter in his office.
I was typing, honey. He had paper.
There was some tip tapping going on. I'm sure.
Excuse me. He had a word processor in his office.
I'm sure he was
all electronic.
Many words. He was sending
all electronic.
He was sending all types of bits and bytes your way. I'm sure.
I rebuke all of this.
Okay, so anyway, listen. Well, I'm
not fast.
Patrice,
like
I'm just letting you know what the girls think about you in the typing pool. That's all I'm saying. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
They just mad because I've been here 2 months and I already got a promotion.
You know what?
Them bitches been here for 15 years.
You climbing the ladder? You climbing the ladder? You climbing the ladder?
I got to climb through Mr. Wilson to get up that ladder. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Well, all right. You better go ahead. Break through that glass ceiling. Don't forget to write.
So how was your week?
My week was good. My weekend was shitty.
Okay.
And I can't even say it any other way. My week was okay. I'm going away for work, and hey, Vaughn, Hey, Desmond.
Oh, is that Vaughn Allure?
Yes, it's
The
Vaughn Allure.
legendary Vaughn Allure.
The Code Red recipient, or one of the inaugural Code Red recipients of the Code Red Achievement Award. Hey, doll. And I have some family on the phone. What's up, Desmond? So you can give us a call into the studio as well. But again, the week was good, but the weekend was shitty. You all are very aware of my issues with my family and my mom and her housing situation and assisted living and Alzheimer's and all that good shit. And then when you throw in a wedding for my uncle's granddaughter, who is my cousin, that brings family into the area, and then that brings some shade, and that brings a whole lot of other bullshit. And it was a shitty weekend. I didn't go. That's just it. I did not go. But how I got involved, and I decided that I was going to go see my mother.
Oh, and then they all show
because
up
they were not far from where she was.
Oh, so you need to make
so
sure
the
they
text
ain't
message.
do no shit.
That's exactly what the fuck happened.
Okay.
And so it became a real issue. But it was a weekend after we handled all of that. It was a weekend of recharging my batteries and not being left the fuck alone. But it was the week was good, but the weekend was shitty. And I love my family, but I don't particularly like some of them right now. So on to other subjects. I will be next week. We're not going to be on air because I'll be
down in Virginia Beach hoeing.
Working
Hoeing.
If I can have some time to squeeze that in there, I'll do that. But
I'm sure you will. You always seem to come back with a new connection.
I don't really know if I like that tone of voice. I'm not quite sure I like that. Like your tone.
I mean,
but your tone sounds a bit pointed, and I'm just trying to understand.
It's merely an observation. And listen, if you feel called out by my observation, then you need to change your behavior. Don't judge me. Don't be mad at me. Is the sky upset because you say that it's blue? Woo. Does the tree get mad if you say the tree is green? That's a fact.
Senor Pothead, listen. Listen. We're not going to do this.
That was under duress. If you recall, my wrists were tied. So.
Sure, Jan. Sure.
Okay.
So
go in the whole round of Virginia Beach. Be sure to ride.
Anyway, let's get this week started.
Yes. Why don't we start by having Steel Toe tell us about the Leather Heart Foundation auction and all of that goodness.
Yes, please tell us more.
All right. So thank you. And thanks so much for letting me take a few minutes on your show to talk about this. I know there's important drag race business.
Not yet.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
I don't know. But the Leather Heart Foundation is a charity organization. It's a nonprofit that provides financial assistance to members of the kink and BDSM community in times of financial hardship. So it's not based on your gender. It's not based on your sexual orientation or preference or any of that. If you're kinky, you can apply for assistance for things like, mortgage relief, rent relief, something happened, you lose your job, you're in an accident, were caught up in some natural disaster and you were affected and you need help. You can apply to them for assistance and they provide that to the community. And that's something that really resonates for me because so many of us in the gay community, but also in the kink BDSM community, are estranged from family. You're kind of doing it on your own. You've been doing it that way for a long time. And when things pop up, you don't necessarily have people around you with the ability to financially provide that support and relief. And sometimes it's only that one moment in time that you need someone to help you. And once you get over that hump, you'll be okay. And the Leather Heart Foundation provides that relief at that moment. So there is a volunteer group of Boot Blacks that participate in the program Souls with Heart, and Bumper Boot Black from Virginia, who was my first Boot Black teacher and one of my mentors. is the director of the program, and she invited me to participate. And in this program, Boot Blacks collect leather, and typically at events, they'll auction off a few pieces of leather and talk about the Leather Heart Foundation. In New York, space is limited, and there just aren't as many leather events in New York. I didn't want to monopolize Onyx Bar Nights because Onyx has its own agenda, and that's a different separate thing, and that's important for us to keep focus on. So our pledges for their bar night did this online auction. And I thought this would be a wonderful way for me to be able to get people involved from all over the country, not just the people who were in the room, and also spread some word about the Leather Heart Foundation. And I hope to get 20 pieces of leather donated. And I was like, maybe if I raise $750 or something like that, that would be really great. I have right now 49 pieces that are up on the auction. Today, Joseph Macchia, Mr. Eagle, New York City, 2018, came to my office and brought me 4 more items that will be up on the site soon. And this weekend, one of our new brothers, Ray Onyx, is bringing me 5 leather pieces, including a pair of Rubio leather jeans that he's donating to the auction. The pieces that have been donated have been incredibly beautiful pieces. I cannot, I'm a leather fetishist. So the feel of leather, the smell of leather really draws me in and gets me going. And the quality of the pieces is just far exceeded what I expected. And also the amount of pieces and everything. So it's been a lot of work, a real labor of love. I spent over almost 30 hours just working on the leather and getting it together, which is fun for me. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm looking for some sympathy here. But so far in 1 week, we've already raised $1,261, which is over 50% of my goal of $2,500. It seems like if the bidding continues as it has been going, that we'll blow past the goal, possibly in the next week. And the auction is open until September 30th when the bidding closes. 6 pieces have already been purchased at the buy it now rate. So I suggest to people, if you see something and you really love it, just buy it, because people are bidding, and watching those bids go up every day is really exciting for me. The auction site has had over 3,000 views so far, so it's been really good.
And what's the website again is the www.32.auctions.com/SWH_fall_auction 2019.
Yes, and 32 auctions is one word. There's no dot. So 32 auctions.com /WH_fall_auction 2019, which is way too long, but unfortunately the site appends their 32 auctions to the beginning. But, a number of people have inquired about joining the Souls with Heart program, so that's really exciting. More Boot Blacks doing the work. But hopefully a real benefit will be more people know that this is a resource that they can reach out to, and that they can refer to their friends, so that, people aren't suffering in silence.
So a little plug here for events to come at MAL. Last year we had,
this year.
Well, yes.
The last MAL.
The last MAL. Earlier this year, we had a Boot Black on stage, and that was you, Steele, as well as our brother Oxy, who was on stage and actually polishing up leather on our model, who then walked out on stage and was auctioned off of people. So that was a great event for us for this year. And we would love to possibly have one of those pieces of leather again, and yourself and maybe another brother come down and actually do that as well, because that kind of made it was a little piece of the show that was a little different. Yeah. So we welcome that again for this year for the Gear Show, if you are available. So just to put that out there.
That was great. I'll be at MAL. I'm already booked in, and I'll be blacking this year, so I'll have all my stuff.
Oh, good.
Good. Down there already. So yeah, I'm happy to do it, and I will bring a piece again to donate to the auction that can be worked on stage and then auctioned off again.
Good, excellent, and we will be sure to pump this website to all of our listeners and followers.
Yes,
much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Well, good.
Some castration stories.
Yeah, I know this. So our lineup tonight. Thank you, Steele, and please stick around and jump in at any particular point in time, because this is like the penis show tonight, or
yes.
like the lack of penis show, I guess maybe.
Yes.
But I came
across.
Why
am I a guest?
You said what?
Why am I a guest on the lack of penis?
That has it's
listen. That was a coinky dink of. Right. So if you have a lack of penis, then that might be a coinky dink. But anyway, so here's where we are. According to this story that came out, or that was posted on metro.co.uk, there was a man that was castrated by a pit bull in a revenge for raping woman scenario. And it was really gruesome because it actually showed pictures, they were blurred out, of this pit bull attacking this man. Now, this man in his 30s, he was attacked in revenge for allegedly raping a woman in Mexico City last month. This gang released a graphic video of the moment the man was mauled by a pit bull as a warning to other sex attackers. Now, he was stripped naked, handcuffed, and held to the ground by 5 men before the dog was let loose. So the picture that I saw was literally this man's body on the ground with 2 guys holding his legs open, and you see this dog coming towards him. So everything else is blurred and pixelated out. But listen, this man, these pixelations, it was very red, and I was like, every time I looked at this picture, I was just like, ooh.
But allegedly he did rape a woman in Mexico City.
Yes.
And violence against women is very prevalent in Mexico. While the figures for reported rapes in Mexico are low, it's typically because women in Mexico feel that they have very little trust in the police. For instance, there were some protests recently where 2 teenage girls were raped, one age 17, who said 4 police officers raped her in their patrol car, and another 16 who said an officer raped her in a museum. So in Mexico, fewer than 9,000 cases have been reported in Mexico so far, compared to England and Wales, where almost 60,000 cases of rape were recorded by the police in 2018, 2019. That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, 9,000. I thought 9,000 seemed like a lot, but apparently not.
Well,
and apparently, I'm almost certain that the numbers in Mexico are comparable. But again, women feel like they have no recourse.
Listen, I mean, on one hand,
let's not be applauding these gang members,
right?
Because
so yeah,
I'm sure they use rape and murder
in lots of other ways.
Yeah.
So on one hand, you kind of say, well, good for them, but then on the other hand, you're like, well, no, not good for you. Like that's no. So but this story was just, it was not only did it was very very malicious. It was very cruel. It was also very retro. Like it took me back to like eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Like it's like, are we advancing or are we going backwards? Like what are we doing here?
There's the rule of law. I mean, I don't know if he did do this. I don't really have a whole lot of sympathy for him because that woman's life is ruined.
Forever changed, right?
With a woman who was raped affects a community.
Absolutely.
Because when her trust is broken in men, if she has children one day, then their trust in the men in their lives are going to be broken because of the things that have been passed down from her.
Absolutely.
You know, so there's like a domino effect to that. But, you know, again, I'm not necessarily ready to applaud.
Yeah.
You know,
it's this story. But again, I think for me, the pictures got me. The fact that it happened got me, and it's just something it's not sitting well with me, and it just stood out for me, and I just felt like we need to talk about that. But then it also made me think about the other events that have just happened, because there was another story, which is why I'm calling this the either the penis show or the lack of penis show. There was a Carolina woman.
Let's call it the Nub Show.
The Nub Show, yeah, we can call it that. There was a Carolina woman who castrated her 61-year-old husband. Now, according to the New York Daily News, an Eastern Carolina woman was charged with kidnapping and malicious castration after tying up her 61-year-old husband and dismembering him. At first, it was reported that that no one knew why she assaulted her husband, but later it was alleged that she. I'm confusing the story. I'm sorry. Later, it was alleged that he was abusing her from another article. But the problem for me is this is happening in 2019. She was. The pictures that I saw of her,
she's a beautiful child of God.
Okay, we'll call her that.
Okay.
We're going to call her a beautiful child of God, and hopefully she's in somebody's St. Vincent's. Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
61.
Her husband was 61.
61.
She was in her 50s. She was 56, if I remember correctly.
But it says dismembering him. So by dismembering, does it mean cut off his penis, or is he dead now?
Cut off his penis. They're just calling dismember.
I don't. Because if you say someone is dismembered, I mean, to me that means they're dead.
So I get it, but they refer to that as your member. And listen,
okay.
My question is, they charged her with malicious castration. What is a non-malicious castration? It's all malicious. There's nothing good about it.
There is actually a kink where people, want to pretend, or in some cases actually
some people actually
castrated, but this ain't that.
Yeah, and there's another kink where like you are slicing your penis, and I just
every time I see that video, I'm just like.
And I've bumped into a couple people. I've bumped into a couple people online on a couple with different websites, and they were just like, "Oh, you." And I was like, "No, thank you."
Now that is not something I've run into.
I have.
Where you be? You be on the dark web sometimes? You be on the dark web?
Listen, if I was on the dark web.
He's working in Virginia Beach.
Exactly. Exactly.
I feel a little attacked. I feel a little attacked.
No, you weren't attacked. You were just seen.
Oh, I was seen. Is that what we're doing now?
Yes.
We're being
you being seen. Look, you see this?
We're being seen.
I see you.
It's non-malicious.
Non-malicious. See you.
Just let it be known that I've been seen. I just want you all to remember that. But I've been seen.
Seen, So there. Hey, Isu.
Speaking of seen, has anyone seen or heard about this new Netflix show?
I heard about it, but I don't really fuck with it. So my initial thing.
Well, wait. Did you get the chance to watch Dave Chappelle?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I was.
You were high.
You was
high. You was high all weekend.
You was high. I did not get a chance.
You was high all weekend.
You
was tiptoeing through the tulips in the garden in a pair of green satin tutu and green satin
among
bobs.
other things. Yes.
Right. And yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so Netflix has a new series, and it's following the footsteps of Queer Eye and Project Runway. It's called Styling Hollywood. It's another reality fashion show that celebrates inclusion and diversity. Now, it debuted August 30th, but it shares the life of shows the life of stylist Jason Bolden and his husband, interior designer Adair Curtis. Some of you may remember Adair. He was, and as you go through the show, he talks about his background, like he was an assistant for Naomi Campbell at one point in time. He also worked for P. Diddy at one point in time. And if I remember correctly, I think I heard him say he was on the show, I Want to Work for P. Diddy, I think. So, but don't quote me for that. But again, he was working for P. Diddy at one point in time as well. So this particular, Jason has a company that's called JSN, JSN.
Just JSN.
Yeah, JSN, standing for short for Jason. And Jason does the styling of the celebrities, Adair does the interior design. And so they talked about some of their clients, Taraji P. Henson, Yara Shahidi, what's her name? A Wrinkle in Time, Ava DuVernay. He also talks about Dule Hill and his wife, and how Adair has done the remodeling of their house. But the show, for me, is very cute in the sense that it talks about their relationships.
Ships?
I'm listening.
Hello. Okay. It talks about their relationship. Well, yes, their relationships, meaning the relationship between Adair and Jason, and then also their relationship as CEO and founder, their relationship as boss to their subordinates, their relationship to the rest of their family. Like, there's a lot of different relationships that they talk about, and their relationships with their clients as well. So it kind of talks about a lot of that. They're wearing many hats, and then one of them is a good friend who Adair has a best friend who they are working. She works for them, but she holds nothing back whatsoever. And she is wrong as two left shoes, if you ask me, in my opinion. But she gives Adair the business. And so they have to have this conversation where they talk about our future at the company. And I'm laughing because I see Adair's side where he's like, well, I'm going to try to, do these things. I'm going to try to, But you get to a point where you're like, all right, listen, I've had enough. Like, so watching him go through that is kind of interesting. But it was only season 1. It was only 8 episodes. I watched all of them, and I thought it was a great show. But when I said relationships, you are still kind of looking at me a little crazy. Do you have some complex feelings about some of this? Because I'm seeing the look on your face. And I'm also here for it because it shows two gay men in a positive relationship doing positive things in a positive light, and so I'm happy for that. It just shows that they're a normal everyday couple. They also talks about starting a family and having children, and surrogacy is a possibility. All these different things. So it's interesting. But I'm sorry, I cut you off. You're about to say something. You have comments.
I just don't care for reality TV. I don't care. I listen, I have zero interest in the shit that Taraji Henson has in her house. I have zero interest in I 100% am for a positive portrayal of black gay couples, not the tragic homosexuals, not that there aren't plenty of girls who, are like these Atlanta party queens, not that there aren't that. So I'm glad for the positive portrayal, but I just don't like reality TV, and I don't like this cult of celebrity, because for me, there are a lot of shitty interior designers out there people think that they're good because they're famous, which are two entirely separate things.
Let me be clear. By no means am I saying Adair is the baddest interior designer on the planet. So absolutely not.
So, but like if they talk about, today I'm going to go to Taraji's house or whoever's house, I don't care about none of that. And then the other part, I just don't like reality TV. RuPaul is really about the only thing that I like. I've talked about how I'm on the fence about how that is getting on my nerves. So, I'll watch it to support our brothers, our Bristers, and I'm sure I'll probably like it a little bit, but it's just not something that I would immediately be like, oh yeah, I need to watch this show about two homos.
You get sucked. I got sucked in from 20 minutes of the episode. I was like, well, what happened? I'm getting dressed for work, and I was like, what is going on? What? I got sucked in. I don't know. Steele, have you had a chance to take a look at it? Have you heard about it?
I'm kind of with Dominion on the reality TV thing. I'm not a huge fan. I like a home makeover
I'm so
show,
sorry.
but I don't care about making over Taraji's house. I want to see you take a crappy house on the block and fix it up and make it nice. Like, that's what I would want.
I agree with that 100%. If it was more about, giving people tips that they could use, because Taraji got money.
Right.
And also, as an architect, I watch a lot of HGTV, and I'm like, this is ugly. This is ugly. This is ugly.
I mean, I'll check in when they renovate a house in the projects.
Listen,
when they go to their mama house, I'll tune in and see how they make over.
I mean, I'm sure
Taraji actually did do her mother's house over again, her father's house and her stepmother's house over again in Maryland. That was a different show, but I'm just saying, just put that out there. But I'm kind of shocked and surprised at both of you all because, I love you all both to death, but like, and most of us within, that we all know, we probably could have like starred on some of these reality shows ourselves. We probably could have had our own reality shows, like,
what the fuck you think this is?
I mean, I'm just saying, but I'm saying like a Love and Hip Hop type of like reality type of show.
Would never be on a Love and Hip Hop kind of show. Well, maybe.
I would not either, even though at times life has mirrored that.
I mean, I certainly could.
There would be no cameras.
Can we clean this camera off? Because I'm trying to understand. Like, what? There's a spot on that camera. There's a spot.
I mean, I could certainly go to.
Now, this is where you all should be seen. Because I'm seeing you. I see you. I see you. I see you.
Well, you need to clean your glasses, honey, because your view is distorted.
Listen, I got my own reality show going on. Love and Hip Hop and Assisted Living. God damn it. Right. I got it going on.
I'm not saying I haven't gone to Cheesecake Factory and flipped the table and done like an ASMR. It was like,
did we lose Steel? Steel, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
Beast, how dare you? Oh, wow. I don't know what I did. Hold on.
Did you do something?
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying I haven't been, to Maggiano's and been like, Beast, how dare you? I am a great person, and you are full of shit. You can get the fuck out. So I'm not saying that I couldn't. I'm just saying I wouldn't.
We have also participated in a Love and Hip Hop Denny's.
No. We
didn't participate. We were spectators. We watched it happen.
Spectators.
We watched it happen. But because we were in the back, well, listen, I participated because my ass was like,
that's because right. Because you they motherfucking demographic.
I was like, come on.
You are their demographic.
Listen.
I am a customer, like, bitch, all I wanted was my Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. So I could go home and go to bed. That was all I needed. All I needed was my raisin toast and my hash brown scattered, smothered, covered, chopped, and
wrong city. That's Southern.
Right. So anyway, I
was over it when I walked in the bathroom and there was a used condom in the urinal.
Well, I mean, at least they were using condoms.
They was using condoms, safe sex. That's what they was doing. They was practicing safe sex. I mean, come on. It is 2019.
I mean,
not where they're scrambling my eggs, please.
I mean, it wasn't like it was in your food. You see, you just bougie. See, I don't know if I can fuck with you no more. You just bougie. You just bougie. I'm kidding.
I'm just saying. I let my urinals condom free.
Speaking of urinals, let me tell you, working at the airport, human beings are filthy.
Yes, they are.
Filthy.
Yes, they are.
And because, I work, at a gate. I mean, I'm like nothing's wrong with being a gate check agent, but don't come in there and expect Dominion is going to check your bags, because I ain't going to do none of that. But I have to use the bathroom where people do. And I used to wonder, I was like, why they got to have custodians come? Because let me tell you, the floor in front of the urinal
is a sticky, nasty
foolishness.
Mess.
That's why they clean it every hour.
Oh,
and I was
my
like,
God.
people just like literally just pissing on the floor?
Some of them do.
I mean, I'm just like, oh. It's to the point now where like I'm gonna start taking off my shoes when I get home.
Oh, okay. I was like, in the bathroom? I was like, what the?
No, girl.
Oh.
Ugh.
I was like,
No.
oh my God, you bring home more germs.
No.
I was like, oh my God.
No, ma'am.
You bringing home a whole plate. That's how contagious, listen.
Right, that's how,
didn't you see
Outbreak.
Outbreak?
With the monkey.
Yeah, with the monkey and everything. That's,
All right, so our producer is giving us the...
Are we time? Is this time to go?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Okay,
Time to wrap this shit up. All right, so...
Well, listen, wait a minute. Before we do that, thank you so much, Steele, for being on the show. We appreciate you coming on the show. We will definitely make sure we talk about the auction, and we'll post that up on our page, as well as our individual pages to kind of make sure that people know where to tune into and to find out more information for you about the auction. So thank you so much, and we appreciate you guest co-hosting for us.
Yes. So the BGKH Show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Just search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. You can also find us on SoundCloud and iTunes also by searching for Vox Power 373. Currently, we are able to host a studio audience, and if you can't be in our audience, you can call in and chat with us at 240-719-2560.
One more again,
240-719-2560. So, Epic, how can the kids get in contact with you?
Children, you can reach me on Facebook if you search for Epic Onyx. You can also reach me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx, and you can find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. How can they reach you, Dominion?
You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at DomOnyx, Facebook.com/DomOnyx, and www.domonyx.com.
Little Debbie's.
And I know, hey, little Deborah. Child, these girls be talking about all these cakes they got. Him and Orion.
Is somebody calling in? Right, we about to go out.
It's too late.
It's too late. You can't. We just
do that next
please.
time.
We're sorry. The number you've reached
is not in
service. Please call back next Wednesday between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m.
As we said, we're going to be off next week, but when we come back, for those of you who follow us on Facebook, you can follow our new Facebook page, which will be facebook.com/BGKH or something like that.
Right.
And we'll be Facebooking live from that one single page.
Yes.
So you can follow us there. And in the meantime, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Mwah.
6:00 p.m. Message in my DM. You said you just got out of work. You really wanna slide through, and I know I wanna see you. Damn right. Vegas on, boy, showing stilettos to the ceiling. Pandora set to Jodeci. Boy, you gotta hit the fast lane, 'cause my body's in a frenzy. Ooh, when you get here, better say my name. Say my name. Better say my name. Don't wanna hear no back talk excuses. Just lay back, let's do this. I'm taking full control. Just better say my name. Better say what's my name? You flex out them streets, boy, but when you hit these sheets, no, tonight I'm gonna keep it trill. I'm just in that boss mode, and you're gonna like how this goes.